Reagan, thank you for that story. The National Human Trafficking Hotline reported pornography or sexual abuse material as the #1 venue for human trafficking here in Massachusetts in its most recent data, where just 2 years before it was illicit massage parlors.
Amanda Callahan is getting answers as to how social media and the internet have impacted child sex trafficking here in Western Mass and which group of children are growing as targets.
Human trafficking does happen here. A lot of people don't want to think about that. They think that this is, just the happy valley, and that couldn't possibly happen here, and unfortunately it does.
According to the Northwestern DA's office, there have been 17 cases of child sex trafficking in Hampshire County as of May 2024. That's compared to 27 in the year 2023 and 19 in both 2022 and 2021. Child Protection Unit Coordinator Kelly Bollier telling Western Mass News any exchange for money or something of value for a sexual act is considered human trafficking, even when that exchange takes place online.
We think that they're engaging with somebody who might be of similar age, they have similar interests, but unfortunately it's actually a predator who's trying to get photos and videos from them and then uses that to continuously exploit them.
And in recent years, there's been a shift in who's being targeted.
Unfortunately, we're seeing an uptick, not just in our area, but statewide and nationally, even internationally, of a targeting of boys.
Bollier believes this is due in part to boys often underreporting if they are victims of sex trafficking, making them more desirable targets.
We know that underreporting is a real thing for male victims of sexual abuse, and certainly being, what is sometimes referred to as catfished online is embarrassing. This is happening to the captain of the football team, or, your star soccer player, or the class valedictorian. And those kids are at even more risk for suicide because they feel like they have that much more to lose.
But the only way for these perpetrators to be caught is if they're reported.
The vast majority of children who are victims of sexual abuse and sexual exploitation don't disclose or aren't in a place where they're safe enough to be able to disclose for months or years, sometimes after the fact. So we're really in the early stages of seeing this transformation.
Jeffrey Trant is the executive director of the Children's Advocacy Center in Franklin County, which offers services to children who have been sexually abused. From May of 2022 to May of 2024, the center received 42 cases tied to child sex trafficking in Franklin County alone. CACs across the state partner with law enforcement to create safe spaces for victims to tell their stories and receive treatment, constantly revamping their process.
In those early days, it was not uncommon for a child to be interviewed 10, 15, 20 times. And that's re-victimizing, it's re-traumatizing. What if we had one single interview and everyone watched it and the interview protocol was developmentally appropriate?
When children are brought here to the Advocacy Center, they meet in this room one-on-one with an interviewer, and that's all caught on camera. And on the other side of the camera sits this screen where the multidisciplinary team can listen in.
Where we had a more integrated investigation, we had better outcomes, and the child didn't have to tell their story again and again and again.
The center also shifting its focus to child sex trafficking that's happening online, targeting boys.
Boys in particular are being exploited, kind of for nude images. We have what's called a CSEC coordinator who works directly with children that are either victims or are at risk.
The National Center for Missing and Exploited Children is also taking steps to address child sexual abuse material with a feature called Take It Down, where victims can safely submit the pictures they don't want out there.
Have that photo identified and labeled as child sexual abuse material so that the platforms that are cooperating with NCMEC can see and take it down.
And both Trent and Bollier reminding parents to always keep an eye on your child's behavior, both on and off the internet.
Education is key. Getting in front of it and talking to your kids about the fact that this can happen and does happen around here.
A lot of the impact on our youth is something that we're going to see in the months and years to come.
Amanda Callahan, Western Mass News.